Hello again, this is part 2. I've tried to record this like 3 times, but my camera keeps shutting down. If you're wondering what I'm playing, kind of industrial things in the background, it's not. It's the machine wash that's drying or tumbling the laundry, so sorry. I could have said it was some kind of limited stuff, but yeah, this will be the albums, the 12-inch singles, that stuff, and a CD at the end that I found at Record Store Day. In part 1 I showed the singles, so check that out. First of all, let me start with a few items I found that were not Record Store Day releases, and this is one of my favorites of that bunch. And this is Jaws 2, the soundtrack, of course. US pressing from 78. Love the cover. It's a bit worn here, but yeah, it was really cheap. I only bought this in another store there. It was just a couple of dollars or euros or whatever. So really nice to find this. I have the soundtrack, the first Jaws. I have that only on CD, and that sounds good. Really want to have that on record as well, but this sounds maybe possible even better. Of course, John Williams is really doing a great job here with this soundtrack. I just love this sort of stuff. You know, I really love horror movies and sci-fi movies, and the soundtracks are amazing most of the time as well. Quite hard to find, but this one was a steal. So let me show the vinyl. Now I was MCA back there. I was so blown away by the sound of this. I thought maybe, as it being a soundtrack, maybe it's not a perfect pressing. It's a bit cheap pressed or something. But I was actually listening to a new album by a quite popular band now, and in the evening, late evening or night, and I put this on after, just before I went to bed, and I just had to turn down the volume all the time, because no matter how low I was playing it, it was just exploding out of my speakers, you know. Okay, I maybe should have put some headphones on, but I like my speakers. So my partner was sleeping in the other room, and I listened to it, and it sounded so great. Such a brilliant pressing of this. So really happy to have that. And I'm really, yeah, I have a hard time finding soundtracks here, other than, you know, maybe Grease and Saturday Night Fever, yeah, those kind of stuff. But to kind of odd films, it's very hard. And Jaws, all of them actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, were quite early movies for me to watch, or how to say, I saw them before my teens and fell in love with them, you know. I'm not much for animal kind of horror movies, but that one is great, and all the artwork and everything. Another that I found for $1 or so, very cheap steel poles, tribute to the martyrs. You know, hadn't heard this before, don't have any steel poles, and it was so cheap. Always in need of more reggae, sounds good, so really happy to have that. Another release that was on sale, not that cheap, but yeah, Discovery by Daft Punk, of course. Beautiful artwork here, really great double album here, so really cool in the sleeves. Black vinyl, of course, heavy pressings, really cool to have this. Got a Almost bought homework as well, but yeah, I had to save my money. You know, my trip to record store day, the buyings there and some sushi was financed by me selling something a couple of days before that I had no use of, that had been lying around for a couple of years. So sold that and managed to find myself quite a lot of records, mostly singles that you saw in part 1 there. Okay, now to the record store day stuff. I only managed to get the part 2, volume 2 of the Goat remixes, Run to Your Mama remixes, volume 2. But this sounds great, really. I showed Goat, I believe. I bought the Goat album on my last fair there in Skövde, and I really enjoyed the album, so really love to pick this up. Beautiful blue vinyl. I don't have many releases in this color, so really cool. Sounds great. Let me get my little stack here. Of course, Goat, Dream Building, and Stone Goat. Had to pick this up as well. This is what I saw, I think, first of all. So first thing I picked up, it's white, beautiful white vinyl. I'm not one much for white vinyl, but this was really cool to have this kind of milky white. Of course, Swedish Stranded, which released also, of course, Graveyard. So really nice to have this. Sounds great. Okay, there were a few Swedish releases, you know, except for Goat there. Last year it was November and Hansson and Karlsson. I managed to find two of the stuff I really wanted. I think it was 4 or 5 releases. This is one. I had to go to another store to find this, but yeah, Saga. Great Swedish progressive rock, quite mellow, not as heavy hard rock driven as November, but really nice. Beautiful cover there with the what's it called, bookmarks there in Swedish. Yeah, this is was released on 1,000 copies. I have 575, and pretty much like the original pressing here. Really nice to find that. And of course Pugg Rogefeldt. Ja, det är det. It's not spelled that way, you know. That's a kind of slang. Ja, det är det. It was originally released on Metronome. Beautiful cover in 1969. So really cool. You have Jan Karlsson on drums there, Hansson Karlsson, and of course Jörg Vadius on bass and piano and stuff. Really nice to have this one. The only one I have of Pugg. The original is quite expensive and hard to find, so really happy to have this. Camera cut off again. Last couple of stuff. Earache, of course. The world's shortest album. little thing. I think it is 5 inches or so. Of course, this is mostly because it's fun to have, you know, really fun release. I think it was on red vinyl as well. Only found the black one, so of course. A couple of seconds of Napalm Death, You Suffer, Napalm Death, Dead, Napalm Death, Your Achievements, Warm Rot, False Grind, Sodomy. Warm Rot, You Suffer, but why is it my problem? Brutal Truth, Collateral Damage, and Anal Cunt, Howard Vulcan's Bald. Then, on side B, Long No Death, Be Seen Not Heard, Painkiller, Trail Marker, Brutal Truth, Blockhead, Morbid Angel, Vil Ursag, second Lava, Anal Cunt again, Wind Chimes Are Gay, are they? And last, Insect Warfare, Street Sweeper. So, that's that release. Really fun to have this little thingy. So, not a long album. If you have just like 2 minutes of your time, you want to spin something, it's like is Nick Drake. This is the repressing of the compilation from 71. Now, on the label it says an aesthetic reproduction of the 1971 US compilation remastered by John Wood. 180 grams Audiophile vinyl with original pasteboard, gatefold sleeve, original US shop poster, album history plus voucher with choice of download formats, and so on. It's my last, record store day pickup. Really happy to have this. Like the cut, the little punch hole there. I mean, really cool. They've done a marvelous job with this one. I'm not sure. I did pick up a couple of weeks ago at a sale, very cheap. I picked up the Pink Moon, the box there. Gotta show that in my recent finds video next time. Really cool. Bet you've seen this already, but this is a really nice poster there. And like with the Pink Moon box set, it's the reproduction of the sleeve here. Punch hole there too. So if you hold it like this, it almost looks like, yeah, but it's white here, so they've done it marvelously. Of course, the Island label, heavy pressing like the sticker said, really nice. That I think is the only release I have not listened to yet. I'm saving that for a rainy day, and maybe today's the day because it started raining here right now. Maybe I'll put this on in the evening and drink some tea. But yeah, really nice to have that. I'm really liking Nick Drake. He was a very special man. Also got this little sampler. Maybe I should put it this way, not upside down. Little sampler from the Swedish. This is the last pickup. It's not a record store day release. Just a very cheap CD I found. Of course, I want this on vinyl. The Congos, of course, Heart of the Congos. Didn't have this in any format. Love this album, especially songs like The Ark of Covenant and Children Crying. Really great. Really cool. This was a I think it's a Canadian pressing or something. Yeah, but anyway, it says Jamaica, but I don't know about that. I think no, printed in Canada it says here. So really nice to have this one. We'll have to have this on vinyl as well. And this and Culture 27 Clash I'm really looking for on vinyl. And of course always The Scientists. Really nice to have this anyway, so I can put it in my, I can listen to it in my car and in my MP3 as well. Okay, that's it. Take care, everybody. See you soon.